for giving me this opportunity to be able to share with this amazing team about our one of our star products with New Life, Supergrow, the Wonderdrop. I always wondered why it is actually called the Wonderdrop. Not until I tried to dig deeper to involve myself in selling this amazing product. It's Supergrow is an amazing product that I would really wish everybody can be able to understand, so that you can be able to have a great business with it. It's an amazing product that if you take time to understand, you can be able to build a great business with it. One of the reasons as to why it's important to understand it and build great business with it is the fact that every single person in the whole of East Africa is directly or indirectly a farmer. Every single person. Right away from the first family, you come to the middle income earners, you come to the low income earners, every single person in any family, just like it's very difficult to find any family in this country or across East Africa, it's very difficult to find a family where there's no sick person. Every single family across East Africa has a sick person, either with ulcers or pressure or diabetes or cancer or anything. Every single family in East Africa has a sick person. Now, every single family in East Africa has a farmer. And that's why I say that every person is directly or indirectly a farmer, because every person buys food. Now, that would also simply mean that there is a lot of need of Supergrow. And if you understand the product well, you make a lot of money with it. Now, first and foremost, did you know that in Kampala, at any time of the month, if you wanted fresh beans, you'll get them. At any point in Kampala, if you wanted fresh beans, you'll get them. Anytime in Kampala, you want onions, you want tomatoes, you want vegetables, you will find them. Now, what does that mean? I'm trying to bring up those examples so that, because I have had so many distributors who openly say that that Supergrow is a seasonal product. Supergrow is not a seasonal product, my dear. It's not a seasonal product at all. It is a product that is needed from the first day of the year to the last day of the year. So if you are still a distributor who thinks that Supergrow is a seasonal product, please, you are actually losing out on a lot of business. Supergrow is a product that is needed from the first day of the season to the last day of the season. Everybody needs Supergrow. Now, first and foremost, what is Supergrow? Supergrow is an amazing product that, number one, every farmer needs. And why do they need it? The technology that you find in Supergrow is designed in a way that it helps to solve all the challenges that the farmers go through in their agriculture projects. What challenges do farmers meet? Challenge number one, there is a lot of seasonal changes. Like the whole of last month, it was completely dry. There was no rain. meaning people planted, and because there was not enough water supply, they are not going to harvest, they are not going to get good yields. Right now it is raining, but a few weeks from now, it won't be raining. The time people needed a lot of rains was last month, but then last month the rains were unstable. So there is a lot of seasonal changes. In fact, if you follow up the trends very well, you get to realize that last season was a very horrible season. Very horrible season. There were not rains at all. Not rains at all. Now, that is where Supergro comes in the picture. To people who are using Supergro, they do not get problems with seasonal changes. They don't get problems with a dry spell. Reason being that Supergro helps in water penetration and retention in the soils. Supergro breaks the hard pan and allows water to penetrate deeper into the soils. It also enhances the roots to also penetrate deeper. Then Supergro also creates a thin layer on the leaves, which also limits the rate of evaporation. So to a farmer who is using Supergro, they will go through the dry seasons and their crops, their gardens will be green without any challenges. That is one of the big benefits of using Supergro, that Supergro will help our crops to go through the dry spell without having any effects. Now, most of the farmers are actually adopting to using irrigation, but even when you're using irrigation, when you have irrigation systems on your farm, you still need Supergro because irrigation does not take away the fact that there's a hard pan. Irrigation does not stop the fact that, so you still need Supergro even when you're doing irrigation on your farm. Now, that is one of the benefits with what? With using Supergro. That Supergro will help you to go through the dry spell, and it will help you to solve the challenge of seasonal changes. Now, the other benefit of using Supergro is that Supergro feeds the crops. It rejuvenates the crops. It avails nutrients that the crops need to grow healthier and faster. And in that, Supergro actually increases yields by up to 167%. Now, sometimes I love telling farmers that Supergro increases yields by up to 167%, and they ask me, are you sure? I am not the one who did these tests, but these tests were done by scientists, and it is documented that Supergro will increase yields by up to 167%. It was tested and proven and documented by the scientists. But then also, from the testimonies that we get from our farmers will tell you that they are getting very incredible results. One of the farmers just sent me a picture of a matoke. The bunch is almost as tall as a human being. And he's saying, my goodness, thank you so much for selling to me Supergro. So a farmer is happy when he has good yields. Even when you go to the market, to someone who has very good yields, even when you go to the market, it is you who sets the price, not the customer, because you have very good yields. So Supergro, it feeds, it rejuvenates, and it provides all the nutrients to the crops so that they grow healthier and faster. And in fact, when you're also using Supergro, crops are also like human beings. They also need to be fed. They also need nutrients. They need minerals. They need vitamins for them to grow well. What happens to a human being when they are eating well? When a human being is eating well, they have a tendency of being healthy all the time. And even their bodies are able to fight and resist diseases. So even our crops, when they are being fed well, they also have a tendency of fighting and resisting disease. So when a farmer is using Supergro, their crops are healthy, their crops are stronger, and they also have a tendency of resisting some pests and diseases, which is an added advantage. In fact, research has it that, in fact, you can even find, this also is also tested and proven and documented by the top scientists. They say that when you are using Supergro in your tomatoes, that Supergro, the tomatoes have a tendency of resisting early blight. Is it bright or it is blight? I can't remember. It could be blight or bright. But that is also tested. That is also tested and documented by the scientists. That when you're using Supergro on your garden, your crops, your tomatoes have a tendency of resisting early blight. Then the other thing that Supergro does, which is also the other challenge. The other challenge, one of the challenges that the farmers meet is poor yields, and then which is solved by Supergro. The other challenge is unpredictable seasons, which is also by Supergro. Then the other challenge is depleted soils, soils that have completely lost fertility that cannot produce anymore. Supergro will also help them to regain fertility and start producing and good yields. Then the other challenge people are facing is expensive agro inputs, expensive chemicals, fertilizers, and herbicides. Now, Supergro works as an adjuvant. Now, adjuvants work as catalysts. Catalysts help other things to perform better. Now, Supergro actually improves on the performance of all other agro inputs. Now, those chemicals or those pesticides or those fertilizers that you want to penetrate deeper into the soils, use Supergro, mix them with Supergro. Supergro will help them to penetrate deeper into the soils. And Supergro also enhances on the absorption of these fertilizers by the crops. Then now, Supergro also acts as a sticker. That when you have any pesticides or any chemicals you want to spray on your crops, you can mix them around with Supergro, and Supergro will help them to stick and stay longer on the leaves. That is Supergro for you. If you've been spraying about 5 times in a season, this time you can spray about 1 or 2 times, which means you're saving the cost of labor and you're also saving on the cost of chemicals. Generally, when you're using Supergro and you're using it alongside other chemicals, it actually slices down the cost of the other chemicals by almost 50%, which is a huge saving. By the way, I also meet some farmers who tell me that Supergro is expensive. Supergro is the cheapest. Supergro is the cheapest. Sometimes we'll want to avoid using the word fertilizer, but farmers, that's the language they understand, fertilizers. By the way, in some other countries, it is already registered as a fertilizer. Like in Kenya, there's even a certificate. No, in Tanzania, there's even a certificate. Though in Uganda here, we still cannot sell it as a fertilizer. I hope and pray that the company also works on the registration. But Supergro works excellently well. Now, we cannot use that language here that Supergro is a fertilizer. We can't use it here because it's not yet officially registered. But Supergrow is one, for lack of a better word, it is the cheapest fertilizer available on the market, for lack of a better word. Because Supergrow, when you look at the cost of Supergrow, 1 mil mixes 1 liter. In a pump of 20 liters, you only put in 20 mils. So a 5-liter jerrycan is going to mix up to 5,000 liters of water. Those are 250 pumps. Now, if you do the calculations well, you will find that a pump of already mixed Supergrow that you are ready to spray in your garden, it only costs 1,240 shillings. Now, if that is not cheap, my goodness, that is excessively cheap. Excessively cheap. And when you look at all the benefits that you get with Supergrow, Supergrow is the cheapest. Like I said, for lack of a better word, Supergrow is the cheapest fertilizer available on the market. There's not any other product that will beat the cost of Supergrow. It's only that when you're buying it, it sounds expensive. But then when you look at the long run and all the benefits that you're getting, it's a very, very cheap product. I mean, if you're only going to use 1,240 shillings in a pump, honestly, and you're increasing your yields by up to 167%, your crops are going to go through the dry spell without any effects, honestly. So we need to, first and foremost, by the way, there is a reason as to why New Life always says that use the products before you start marketing and promoting them. There is a reason as to why. One of the best ways that I actually discovered is that we need to use these products. You can even have like a small garden at home on your balcony. Use Supergrow, experience them. If you really want to do business with Supergrow, you need to use it. You need to use the product. I have used the product. I was actually forced to start some small farming, very small farming, just to test the power of Supergrow, so that when I am speaking out of experience. As a farmer, I have had to do that so that I can be able to speak well to farmers. So that is Supergrow for you. It's an amazing product. A jerrycan has 60 points. You just sell 2 jerrycans. You have your profit of you have what? You have 120 points. And of course, it being a product that is on high demand, it also comes with some small challenges that some of these agricultural dealers have tried to market, to include it in their stock, because it is highly demanded. Every farmer is looking for it, and distributors are not doing enough job in mobilizing. So these people have also taken it up. Unfortunately, some of them dilute, put in water and all that. So usually when we are dealing with farmers, we also have to enlighten them, tell them, you know what, if you want the right Supergrow, please contact me. If you want Supergrow, in fact, it would also be advised that you register with the company so that you deal direct with the company, especially for these big serious farmers, all of them. I always tell them, you know, that the only way you can get Supergrow that is genuine is when you register, so that whenever you're buying straight under your name. Because there is also a lot of fake Supergrow out there on the market. There are some shops that will sell the right genuine Supergrow, but the biggest number of shops, because they want to make too much profit, some of them sell fake Supergrow. So it's also very important to caution our farmers that when you need the right genuine Supergrow, please contact me or please register with me so that you can deal direct with the company. So it's an amazing product. It's a product that you will sell from the start of the year to the end of the year. And how do you Supergro? For these crops of tomatoes, beans, nuts, maize that grow in a space of 3 to 4 months, usually you spray once every 2 weeks. And then for these crops like coffee, matoke, banana, those ones, you spray once every month. That is in a whole entire year, you will have to spray 12 times. And then every single time you have any chemicals you want to spray, please mix them around with Supergro. It will help you to be able to do what? To maximize and help them to perform much better. Supergro is a good one. And now if you want to sell a lot of Supergro as a distributor, you need to collect a lot of testimonies from different farmers. Collect a lot of testimonies from different farmers and use them to inspire other farmers. Now that is it about Supergro. I'm told there is, let me stop this